Are we going to have an agreement to what we're talking about? What we didn't want? Has anyone got any ideas?
No idea.
Where the fuck's Jordan?
Jordan.
Fucking fat cunt. I'll kill a lot of you.
My guys
Right,
got
mate.
red on red.
I'll go change.
Right, you just said you were just changing.
No, you've made me feel insecure now.
Why are your pants so low? I think for ease of use, I think Jordan should put everyone in this fucking hell. I think Jordan should put everyone in the right order as well.
Was it me,
yeah.
Jamie, Jordan, Rock?
Yeah.
Do you remember my dog pissed live on stream?
Yeah.
I think whoever introduced it should just be like, hey guys, welcome back. This is name of podcast. And
Do we
it's
even
me.
have a name?
I mean, do you want to discuss a name or should we just...
I do want to discuss a name. I don't know what name we should call it. Welcome back to Staying Steel with the boys.
We should call it something like The Forge, because it's named Steel. We should call it something like Welcome Back to The Forge. Something along
The Iron
Refinery.
the
Forge.
creative steel.
Welcome to Four Dicks, 8 Balls. Let's go. Welcome to the Stay Still podcast.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to episode 2 of the Stay Steel podcast with the guys. We got Joe, myself, Jamie, we got Jordan, and we got Rock. Let's get into it, boys.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Jordan, in the group chat, you told us that you've been watching a TV show called Spree. Tell us more.
Yes, it's a film on Netflix, and it is...
Oh, is it a film? I thought it was a TV show.
Yeah,
I thought it was like a little series.
No, it's
Oh,
an
mad.
hour, I think it's like an
didn't know
hour
it was
and
a film.
37 minutes. It's a film about an Uber driver. It's not called Uber, it's called Spree. And he's searching for fame. He wants to get big, just like any avid streamer or a content creator. And he live streams on, like, I don't know if it's Instagram or if it's a knockoff Instagram, but the HUD is the same. And the leading character is is it Joey Keery, the guy who plays Steve in Stranger Things, the long-haired dude who has the ice cream shop. That guy, Joe Keery or something like that. And he plays like a really awkward dude called Kurt. And his stream is called Kurt's World. And his friend is like a super avid YouTuber who's actually quite popular. He does like you remember how I don't like just out of example, J Station would do those obviously staged videos on YouTube. His friend would do like a feeding the homeless one. Like he'd give a homeless guy $100 and follow him, and then he'd be like, "Oh, what's this homeless guy doing? He's going to the liquor store." And then the homeless guy would take the money and give his friends like food and stuff, and he'd like get loads of views doing stuff like that. But it was quite obviously staged. So Kurt wants to do the same thing. And he decides to go on a journey called The Lesson that he's teaching his followers on how to get a following. And he just decides to start killing his passengers on camera.
Moving kind of mad.
It's a comedy horror.
A comedy.
Yeah,
I see the humour in it.
Yeah, you don't take it seriously. It's just laughable at like some of
A
the
bit
stuff.
like
that he
Shaun
does.
of the Dead in terms of comedy horror films.
Check it out. It's very much worth the watch. I thought it was going to be like a really crappy B movie, so I put it on last night on the couch while I could browse on my phone. It started playing. I was like, I need to watch this.
You got invested.
Enjoyed it a lot. I did. Yeah, I did.
Sounds good, man. That sounds good.
What's has anyone watched any other films recently or TV shows?
I started watching Queen's Gambit on Netflix. That's really
Very
good.
good. Very
Yeah.
good.
I started seeing all the trailers and I was like, how can you make a show about chess be interesting?
Yeah.
So I just had to jump in and give the first episode a go. And it is wild. There is like
Good.
so much mental sort of, it just fucks with your mind. There's like drug addiction involved. The actual chess is very in depth. It's just so cool how they made chess an actual interesting topic to be a show about.
They did a great job with that, definitely.
Yeah, I need to finish it. I really want to finish it. It's very good so far.
I've
Never seen the main actress.
like
from
an
it.
actual show, or is
Yeah,
that like a
it's,
documentary?
It's
an actual series on Netflix.
yeah, it's a Netflix
I think it's like
series.
#1 in the UK or something, or it has been.
Yeah.
Really? Odd.
It's been smashing it. It's good,
Mhm.
really good. I've been watching The American Office because I've always slagged it off.
Oh,
Because it's not
I
as
like
good
The
as the
American
classic
Office.
That you
UK
have.
Office.
That you have.
So I thought, you know what? I'm a showman. In order to back up my word, I have to watch this. And it's
Yeah.
good. I'm enjoying it. But it's Office versus Office. The UK one
Mm.
beats it. But as a show, as its own like
Mm.
identity or whatever, it's great because it's got comedy for everyone. Where The Office is,
Yeah.
the UK one's just dry, awkward humor based. This one's got like every character's got like their own unique bit of comedy, and I feel like it's a lot more relatable for the average person.
I feel like The Office is a good example of the difference between American and British humor, because the UK Office is very funny if you're
Yeah.
from the UK, but Americans will not understand it. And the American Office is so generically funny that everyone from everywhere can find it funny at some points.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love
yeah.
the American Office. I think
think it's
Creed
great.
is a fucking great character in it.
Creed, really?
Yeah, yeah.
I love Jim.
He's a great.
Jim's the
he's a-
best guy.
Creed
be
is
real with you.
such a. Well, you've never seen it.
Never seen either the UK
Never
or the
seen
American
either?
Office.
Wow.
Either, no.
Man,
tell
Well,
you
look-
what, can't beat Toby.
totally
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, because every time he's there,
goodness.
Michael's just. So I'm up to the bit. I think it's season 5 now, where
Mm.
he came back from Cuba and he's back in the office, and Michael didn't believe it, and he just looked at him and he's like, "No, God, no!"
Yeah, well, the
Let me
whole
get
episode is him walking around going, "Why does everyone keep saying Toby's back? He's not back." It's like a joke. And he goes to his desk and he's looking at the camera like, "What's everyone saying?" And then he stood behind him.
Oh,
It
it's
is
fucking-
good.
That
Yeah.
relationship between them two, he just hates him for no
Yeah.
reason whatsoever. He just despises the guy. He's just
Well,
hilarious.
he's an awkward character though as well. Like
Mm.
he slumbers about. He doesn't do
Mm,
Yeah.
he's very awkward.
think
it's a
Someone-
great dynamic.
Someone from the American Office that I resonate with on like an emotional level is definitely Stanley. Stanley just like embodies such a great attitude.
I'll tell you what is I have started. Well, I did start watching Always
Mm.
Sunny in Philadelphia. I love
That's
Always Sunny in
good.
Philadelphia.
That is good.
Never seen it.
I never
Seen a
finished
couple
it.
of eps, nothing.
So,
I've not got into it.
Mm.
It's
a very
they
weird
they open
show.
a bar. They open like an Irish pub in the States, and it's got a guy in from Horrible Bosses. If you know the guy, I mean, he played the dentist out of
It's
Horrible
got like
Bosses.
the beard.
Forget his name.
Charlie
Dentist.
something.
The one that Jennifer Aniston's was trying to sleep with like the entire film.
Oh,
He's
fucking
incredible
the small
in
one.
films.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
he's
what you
got
mean.
like the really like raspy voice kind of guy.
Yeah,
It's also got Danny DeVito.
It's
Danny
got Danny
DeVito's in it.
Oh,
Love Danny
And,
DeVito.
the first episode is called D Dates a Black Guy. So context.
Fun.
He
Fantastic
dates a black guy. Oh yeah.
no.
Oh, D's funny. D is funny.
Oh,
Not a big
I've
fan of
seen
Dennis though.
Ozark.
Ozark.
Haven't-
I've
Haven't
seen it,
Ozark.
but like I've
So
seen
good.
stuff about it, but I've not watched it.
No,
I'm
I
really
think
curious
it's
about that.
Netflix's like 3rd top rated show ever. Ozark.
Wow,
what is
I'm
the
still-
most rated? Is it Stranger Things?
must be.
I had it up the other day actually. When
I
did a
feel
quick
like
Google.
if it's not that, if that's not first, it has to be second because I
Yeah.
don't know anyone that doesn't watch that show.
Well, I've never watched Stranger Things. It's not my kind of show.
All right,
But-
well, we'll edit that out.
It's like I understand why Stranger Things and Game of Thrones are so good, but they're just not my kind of thing, so I've never watched them.
Actually, no, Rock, you'll edit that out.
Yeah, true. Good one. Good one. I'm here for it. I've been watching Vikings recently. The last
Heard
season
that's
of that.
really
so-
good.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm not caught up with Vikings yet, but I do intend to. I'm still trying to catch up with Supernatural because what they've done is they've taken it off Amazon Prime, and now you have to pay for the last couple of seasons. So where I was up
hate
to
that.
is now just paywalled, and I'm like,
Mm.
I'd rather just buy the box set than pay £22 for a season on
Yeah.
Amazon Prime. Like I
They
need
did
to
that with
go-
The Walking Dead. I think I got up to season
Oh.
6 of The Walking Dead, and 7, 8, and 9. were
Fucking,
all
I will
paywalled.
never
I was
get
like,
that time back.
That.
I will never get that time back in my life for
I
watching. that
stopped
enjoy
watching after
shite
season
show.
6. Season
I
7
enjoy-
just it was ridiculously bad.
It was-
I
the
enjoyed
show's
Walking Dead.
concept was shit.
But I stopped
thought-
watching it. I stopped watching it up to the part where we got to was it the Kingdom with the guy who had a tiger?
Yeah, I stopped watching
that's
about
when I
that bit
lost
as well.
interest.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
probably. Was that after Negan?
Yeah.
Yes, not long
Yeah.
after Negan.
I was
not too long
the
after
same.
Negan.
Then I stopped watching it there.
I think round about the Negan era of The Walking Dead, it stopped being about the walkers, and it started
was
being
more
about
about-
people versus people,
Yeah,
and that just
100%.
wasn't what I was watching it for. I
No,
was watching it for the zombies.
I was watching it for the first season where they were covering each other in zombie blood to walk through
Yes.
zombies, That was
that was
awesome.
so
Hiding in
good.
tanks in like the first
Yeah.
episode.
That was
Like, that
so good.
it followed the comics for quite a while, and then it
Mm.
just veered off. Don't get me wrong, Negan as a character was great. I thought
Yeah.
he was a real good. The guy before him was shit. I can't remember. What he
Oh,
was
the
called.
governor.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
yeah, that's the one.
terrible.
Old guy.
Yeah.
But Negan as
Hated the
a
governor.
bad guy was really good. But
Mhm.
it was just dragged on. And then they brought out Fear the Walking Dead, and now they're talking about making a movie. Like, just fucking give it a rest, man. That is dead and buried. You can't continue to make that show. You
think-
can't. You just can't do anything with it. There's no point.
My favorite season of The Walking Dead is a very controversial one because it's the prison season 3.
I
The
didn't think that was
prison
that bad. I
series
quite liked
is
it.
the best for me.
I stopped watching it, not out of any reason, just to stop watching it. After the massive prison fight riot thing where they didn't like another gang or something come in. Like,
Oh
in
yeah,
tanks
they
and shit.
bust the fence
Yeah,
down and
so
let all the
after that,
walkers
it's
in.
like
Yeah.
3 or 4 episodes after that. Then I stopped.
Um,
us.
Mm,
Have you guys seen #Alive on Netflix?
I haven't.
Nope.
You
Never
should.
heard of it.
I'm gonna do this again just because, right? It's a Korean zombie film, but bear with
Uh-huh.
me, right? I'm gonna hit you with the screen share again.
Okay.
Right. Just no, like just watch. Let's take you on.
Computer.
I see a good
No
setup
point
there.
messing with the sound, mate, because we can't hear it.
It's for me. This is for me. It's a me thing.
What kind of webcam is that? Is
Old
he
school.
streaming?
I don't know,
Yeah,
but if it
he's-
looks good,
yeah,
Jordan
no,
will
I'm-
probably.
I'll tell you something.
He's a PUBG streamer.
I'll
In
tell you something.
Korea.
He's not getting that quality from that webcam. That just isn't happening.
No, it's Korea. This is like this guy knows the best tech. But basically, he gets locked in his apartment for weeks and he starts throwing out food, and he eventually finds
Ah,
someone in the
COVID.
apartment block across the way who is also trapped, and they communicate with like a zip line and walkie-talkies
Why are they trapped?
because the entire apartment block's been overrun with zombies.
Oh my goodness.
It's a very good zombie film. It's the same with, I don't know if you've ever heard of Train to Busan.
Heard of that?
It's another zombie film on a train, and it's great.
No, but don't get the fucking trailer up again.
I'm not going to play a trailer, but
Is this the one where? No, I don't think there's a show that keeps coming up on Netflix, and I'm not seeing it. And I can't remember what it's called, but it's a similar thing to that. It's about the train, and it's like the last of humanity are on this train or something, and they all start fighting with each other. Or something. I can't remember what it's called, but it keeps coming up on my Netflix.
Snowpiercer.
Yeah, that's it.
Snowpiercer. It's got Chris Evans. A lot of people are talking about. There are loads of theories going around about that film now that it's a direct sequel to the Johnny Depp Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's a direct dark sequel, an 18+ sequel, and the main guy played by Chris Evans is Charlie. And it's
Very
just like
interesting.
they've converted the factory into a train to preserve humanity, and just that theory alone makes me want to watch it. It's so cool.
Yeah, that makes me want to watch it now.
So cool.
Doesn't
I love
make me
shit
wanna
like
watch it.
that.
Top 5 TV programs, starting with Joe.
Friends, obviously.
No, in no
Um,
particular order. We'll just go with just your five favorites
Mm.
because
Friends,
I think it's too hard.
Office, Ozark. I'm gonna put How I Met Your Mother.
Of course, you like Friends. You like How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
It's just
Another. I'm trying to think of one that I've not watched in ages, but it's a banger.
mm.
I can't think. So I'm just gonna say Big Bang Theory because you can always watch Big Bang Theory.
I think Big Bang Theory and Friends are great shows to put on while you're eating dinner. You can
Mm.
just chuck on any episode and it'll
never
be
seen
good.
Big Bang Theory either. I've seen a couple of episodes here and there,
I've
but
never seen Big Bang Theory.
never sat through it. No.
Disgusting. Truly.
Who's next?
Jordan.
Supernatural, Scrubs, Breaking
Great
Bad.
show.
Oh,
Oh,
Breaking Bad.
amazing. Amazing shows.
Unbelievable.
Trying to think of ones that have Misfits. Big fan of
Oh.
Misfits.
I loved Misfits up until they brought in that bipolar guy. You know, the guy with 2 personalities.
I thought he fucking elevated that show.
See, I thought he was good,
And,
but then when all of the original cast disappeared, I was like,
Gotham. Now that that's finished.
Oh, Gotham.
I really want to watch Gotham.
It went weird for a while, for a season
it?
or two, but then they kind of brought it back in the last season. It was like back to its original dark.
I
gory-
didn't like the ending. Not going to get into it,
Okay.
but I was not
No
happy with how it
spoilers.
ended.
Yeah,
Um,
fair.
definitely would have preferred for them to carry it on instead of just doing what they did.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Oh, Gotham's classic. So good.
Jamie? What are your shows?
Stranger Things, Game of Thrones, also The Misfits, Flash, the TV show,
Ooh, The Flash is good.
and In Between Us.
In Between Us is good.
I fucking.
I was
love
always
that
more
show. That is a show I
into-
can always watch.
Yeah.
I was always more into Arrow than Flash. But then that
Yeah.
went stupid. They went just annoyingly bad.
I would
so
only
stopped
watch
watching.
it on crossover episodes. I
Yeah.
do like
Mm.
Arrow, but there was just like there's too many seasons to be catching up on, so I gave up.
Yeah. There's too many shows that cross over. Like there's Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and Arrow that you
I
have
did
to
watch
keep
Legends
up
of
with.
Tomorrow.
See,
I
I
would
was
put a
told to
notable
watch them all,
mention of
but-
Mandalorian in there, but it's not finished yet, so
Mm.
I
Yeah.
can't
Mandalorian's
say
good.
it's the best.
Anyone seen The Punisher?
Yeah,
I've
No,
seen The
but it looks
Punisher.
good. Looks really
It's
good.
so good,
I
bro.
love The Punisher.
It's
It's
yeah,
good.
it's so good.
I really
'Cause
want to watch
originally it came
Daredevil.
out in they originally featured on Daredevil and then it became The Punisher.
I do
And
think
got his own series.
what
Jessica
was his
Jones,
name?
brilliant.
Never
once
watched
again.
that.
That's really good.
What was
Fit as
what's
well.
the name of the guy who played Punisher? John Bernthal.
yeah.
The guy who plays
I think he
Shane
was a
from Walking
great
Dead.
choice for Frank Castle. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the guy
He
who
plays
Shane.
it so well. If I watched The Punisher for about if I watch a decent amount of episodes for about 2 days after watching it, I start walking like him. Like I just feel like he's so cool. I kind of want to be him, and I'm just like I
Yeah.
start walking like him for like a day or two after I've watched it. Mad.
To be
Tell you what,
fair,
Rock,
I'd probably
Mhm.
actually replace Misfits personally with Riverdale.
I've never seen Riverdale.
I really, really enjoy Riverdale.
I started watching it with Molly,
Got a
and it was
fucking
just
jacket.
yeah, it's the Serpent's jacket, right?
Yeah, Southside Serpents.
Proper dweeby.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I'm sure it's good. I've just not dedicated the time to watch it. I pop
A
my
lot
head
of
downstairs
seasons.
and Molly's watching it, and I'm like, oh, Riverdale.
Riverdale, dweeby.
Friends clapped.
You
Rock,
nonce.
you're into Marvel, right?
Ooh,
You like
that's
Marvel.
getting edited out.
Have
No, it's not.
you
I'm staying.
have you been watching WandaVision?
I haven't. I don't have Disney Plus. I need to get it. I want to watch it.
Yeah,
I've had this
episode 3.
conversation with you about not having Disney Plus. Sort
I
it
know.
out.
I know.
Not even
I need to watch
expensive
Mandalorian.
today.
I need to watch
You know, it's how my
WandaVision.
guy plugs Sneak every podcast.
I know. What's he
No, we
getting
need to
from
turn that round.
What's he getting from
It's
that?
not gonna help. Look.
He's still.
Oh
I
wait,
can-
okay.
Oh, an
sure.
X.
That's
An
fine,
X.
yeah.
It's not going to help. It's an X.
X and O's.
I can still see the ack of the other Sneak container next to the purple store.
Oh, the geek.
Next to what's she called? Don't tell me. I'll get it. Applejack. Is it?
Yeah.
I see you.
A little Applejack. Yes.
Bit
you
nonsense.
talking about
My
that?
Little Pony.
It is My Little Pony.
Yeah. Listen,
So
I
it's
got it for my
Applejack.
birthday. It's not like it's not a thing, right?
Listen,
Don't
whatever
read
you're
too
into,
deep
I
Whatever
mean,
you're into.
if you're
Don't
getting it
read
as a
into it too
present, you must
much.
talk about it a bit to your family.
No, it
Because
was
they're not
a
going to
pres-
just turn around and go, got you a My
It was
Little
a
Pony,
pre-
mate.
It wasn't from family. It was from a friend at school who was a brony at the time.
It's from his dad.
And he got me it because he kept trying to get me to watch My Little Pony, and I kept refusing. And he was like, "Look at how cute this pony is." And I took it, and I was like, "It's not going on my keys, but thank you."
Fucking too big.
Yeah,
So when your
I,
keys
I
look
went
at,
to
fucking hell.
I went to college with some bronies, and it was like I didn't believe it at the time, but they had these programs that changed your cursor, and as your cursor was moving around the screen, there'd be a pony that would come
yeah.
out and chase your cursor, and I was like,
it's
these people
fuck's
put
a
this
brony?
program. You don't remember people used to,
like
like guys
people who
used to like
like
My Little
My
Pony.
Little Pony.
yeah,
I had never heard of this phrase in my life.
You don't
Never
remember the
heard of
pony
brony?
craze?
bro.
No, there was a
Nah,
craze
man's
of
been
just
living
like
under a rock.
guys
Yeah,
who
I'm
were
too
just
old for this.
loving My Little Pony.
My
No,
Little
What do you mean
Bronies.
too old for this? We're all the same age.
Who out of like we know in school was like that?
I'm younger than you, and I know about it.
Well,
Exactly.
You
It
can't
wasn't
say you're
school.
too
It-
old.
It, wasn't school. It was college. It was one after school.
Oh.
Listen,
Rob,
Joe, I
you
saw that
literally
look
just
and shut
agreed
up.
with my
Shut up,
argument.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Get that
It's
in
getting
a
edited out.
podcast. Get on TikTok. Speaking of which, we have a
Oh,
TikTok.
wait, hold on.
Yes.
What do you mean? Hold on.
Rock's not said any of his programs yet.
We've been talking. My 5 shows would. There's going to be a definitive theme of style of show here. House MD, White Collar, Suits, Friends, and probably What's another show I always watch? Brooklyn Nine-Nine's really good. I like
Oh,
Brooklyn
Yeah,
Nine-Nine.
fucking yeah.
That's
Oh,
there
shout
is
out
too many.
Suits. Shout out
Suits-
Suits is
Suits.
Suits is a
amazing. I
great
love
Great
Suits.
show.
Never seen it. Do want to?
Big
Mm.
fan.
Like I'd
I
enjoy
think
Suits.
that is
So
right
good.
up your street.
It's one of
Yeah.
those programs where you think, oh, it's going to be boring, this, but you start watching it and the topics are just like, I didn't know I was interested in this, but now I am.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe. Go on TikTok.
Yes. Go on.
We have a TikTok. Whee!
The boys, the boys, the
Little
boys.
Esports Org. Get following it. All
Yep.
links will be down in
How
the
many-
description anyway.
It's like the what is it? The Ricky Gervais comment in his TV show Afterlife when he sees the ginger kid and he goes,
Oh yeah.
he goes, pedo. I wasn't, and you'd be safe, you tubby little ginger cunt.
I love
Fucking
that.
love them.
Oh,
Ricky is just
Gervais
an
is a
absolute
funny guy.
genius.
He's a
Has
funny guy.
anyone watched the podcast that he does with Stephen Merchant and Carl Pilkinson? Apart from
Big
Joe,
fan.
because I know he does, but
Big fan. Big fan.
neither
What,
of
the
you
Ricky
two
Gervais
seen it.
show?
Yeah.
I used to, like, back in the day when they did the
Yeah,
animated
it's old.
shorts of
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
but
That's
Yeah.
what it is, yeah.
John,
You know what I
Ricky
feel
Gervais
like
show?
we could do?
Me? Ricky Gervais.
I'm just
Stephen
thinking
Merchant and Carl Pilkington.
a little segue for the podcast,
head
a
of a
little back and forth, a little spitballing.
uh-huh.
We just if we're gonna podcast for longer times, say tonight, none of us are, I assume none of us are busy. We're all not doing
A
anything.
wank scheduled in at 11.
You just say, you know what, we get to.
Sorry, go on.
I mean, are we going to be? Are you going to include the boys?
I mean, the boys are welcome. The boys are welcome.
No, we're all going to stay on this Zoom call and just jerk it. Like,
It'll be like one of them
Shit, can
Twitch,
my mic
Twitch
pick that
live
up?
streams.
One pair of pants later.
well, boys, Ooh. feeling
Sweaty,
fresh.
Clothes on the floor.
That would be good.
Films, I suppose.
Yeah. Good
Films.
transition.
You were talking about on the last, like the end of last episode, Interstellar. You mentioned
I love Interstellar. So good.
shit film.
Need
but
to
we'll
watch
continue
it.
to talk
I
about
think
it
I-
anyway.
Good.
I really
It's
do
good.
think I'd like it.
It's a great film. Why do you not like it? What's your problem?
It's fucking shit. That's
It's
why.
not. It's Matthew McConaughey in space. And
Sounds
then he
incredible.
travels into the fourth dimension. How could you not love that?
You know what?
I've seen
I
Interstellar.
love astronomy. I love space. I love the sky. I love it all.
Are you one of those
planets,
purists
boom.
because it's not plausible? It's not good.
No, not at all, not at all. It's just a shit film.
I'll be honest
Just
with
a
you.
shit film.
I liked it for what it was. Interstellar.
Shit film.
It had a little touching ending.
It did. The ending
Is
was
it?
cute.
Who's the woman in it? Is there a woman in it?
Don't know, mate. Matthew McConaughey.
I don't
was
know
all
why I
you
want to
need.
say Keira
pay
Knightley.
attention
It's
to.
not Keira Knightley, but
Oh, she's Pengting.
oh, Keira Knightley.
Mm.
Yeah, I know exactly who you mean.
What's the film with where they're in
Knightley.
space and there's a fucking woman in it?
The Martian.
Oh, God forbid there's
Oh.
only space films that just have men in them.
No, it's a man and a
hell.
woman.
Oh,
Well,
you're thinking of the Chris
Adam
Pratt
and Eve
one.
in space.
Gravity.
Chris Pratt.
No,
and
no,
what's
no,
the-
no, 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 no. That's Chris Pratt, Jennifer Lawrence. No, no, no. They're
Are you thinking about Jupiter Ascending?
no.
Or Jupiter Descending?
Star
I'm
Wars.
gonna
Thinking about
fucking call-
Independence Day.
No,
Literally every film nowadays has like both genders in the main cast.
They have to. It's
no,
got to
no.
be
Yeah,
that
it's
way.
Interstellar. Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway, that's it.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
Interstellar that I'm thinking of. Yeah, shit film.
It's
Anne
fucking
Hathaway.
no, it's not.
Shit film.
Love Interstellar. It's so good.
Shit.
Such a
Absolute
cute film
dog
as
ass.
well. Like
Right, come on.
Dog.
You're not getting the mic.
Dog ass.
you have to love Interstellar. It's just
No,
like
you don't. You
I
don't.
don't know why you don't like it. Why? do you
Top
think
top
it's
top
shit?
five because it's shit. Top five favorite films. We'll start with you, Rock.
Interstellar, Back to the Future Part 2, Shawshank Redemption,
Fucking Back to the Future Part 2. is great.
Avengers Endgame, and 2008's Iron Man.
Yo, my guy knows.
Rattled them off.
Very
Rattled
easy to
them
know my
off.
top films. TV shows a little bit harder. Films, I know them.
I'm the opposite. Films.
Yeah,
I'm
films
like,
are harder.
Hold
I've
on.
seen too
I've
many
seen a
films.
lot of films.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
seen that many films. So
I could knock out
Ooh.
3 of my 5 films with the Back to the Futures.
I
love the
could
Back to the Future
probably
films.
replace
Yeah,
Endgame with Into the Spider Verse. Depends on the day, but
Hmm.
Into the Spider Verse is good.
I'll go next, I suppose. No particular order.
Hmm.
A Knight's Tale. That's first, and then the rest are no particular order. The Lost Boys.
Ooh, that's a good
Um,
one.
Return of the Jedi.
I was expecting that.
The Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh.
And Prisoner of Azkaban.
I'm quite surprised. I tend to not find people who like Star Wars to also like Lord of the Rings. So it's usually one or the other because they're such
Really?
big franchises. Yeah, I haven't met a lot of people that like both.
I'd
Very
say
interesting.
Two Towers is quite a shout, but
Mm.
I would go with the Fellowship of the Ring just because it's got everything in it,
Yeah.
and it's just a fucking great film. I mean, Boromir running with arrows and still getting up and fighting is one of the best things I've ever seen in a film,
I need
especially
to
a
watch Lord of the
fighting film.
Rings.
It's great. Return of the Jedi is just the best Star Wars film, I think.
Mm.
There's
is
just
good.
no beating that film. A Knight's Tale's always been my favorite film. Prisoner of Azkaban, just great film. A lot of people moan at me though with Harry Potter's because they think that obviously the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2 were good films, and they
Yeah.
were. It's just that I feel like it's too easy to say that the last of every film is the best film.
Yeah. See, I'm quite the opposite. I think Prisoner of Azkaban for me is my least favorite. I
Really?
think Goblet of Fire is my favorite. I love Goblet of
is
Fire.
good.
I think mine's
I like
Footprints.
wolves, so it's like
Yeah.
that's where you get the most wolf action
Mm.
in Harry Potter, and that's where the changes come. So,
Yeah.
John,
Again, in no particular order, and probably by in no means my top 5, but off the top of my head, I like the Dark Knight trilogy. Those were great. I'm not counting them as 3. This is 1.
All right.
Fight
you
Club.
already know my guy's got IMDb
Fight
up
Club.
right now.
Fight Club.
Top 5 films of all time.
IMDb edition.
Mhm.
Fight Club. Back to the Future. I'm not going to do all 3, but just Back to the Future is a timeless classic.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
American Psycho with Christian Bale, another Christian Bale film,
American
Ooh,
Psycho's a great film.
Yeah.
and Django Unchained.
I've never seen that.
Wow.
I really want to.
Django
Love
Unchained's
Django
a
Unchained.
really, really good film.
Mm. Do you know what blows my mind? I've seen clips of it, and I've seen all the stuff like when Leo's character smashes his hand on a glass and that and cuts it and just keeps going. Like, how did that man not win a fucking Oscar until, in my opinion, his worst movie, Revenant?
I
Worst
absolutely
Leo
despise
DiCaprio
that
film,
film.
and he gets an Oscar for it. But Django
I-
Unchained and
I think-
Titanic.
They must have just thought, you know what, we can't not give him one. You know, it's
It's
Yeah.
been that long. We have
Yeah.
to.
Everyone
rig
was
it to
kicking off
just
that he's
give
not
him-
got one. It's like
He deserves at
Inception and
least
things
5.
like that, wasn't it?
Like,
Has anyone seen The
Inception is another
Grey?
brilliant film. The Grey.
Grey.
With Liam Neeson. It's about him getting trapped with wolves at night.
No.
Conveniently, it's I didn't watch it
another
for the
wolf
wolves.
film.
Tell you what else he did fucking unbelievable in. Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
That's on Netflix, and I've not seen
Another
it yet.
great movie.
And I
Have you
really
not?
want to watch it
That's
because
a brilliant
I
film.
was going to say the premise is there. A millionaire with a boatload of drugs. Like, it's the lifestyle.
To be fair, I actually think Jonah Hill plays the best role in that film.
Jonah Hill is funny.
Jonah Hill's skinny as fuck right now. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Jonah
Is
Hill's
it?
transformation.
I need to have a
is
look at
amazing.
this.
Yeah.
He is a transformed man.
When was it that he did that transformation? Was it 2019 that he went from like being quite big to buff as
Honestly,
fuck?
I've like literally only just saw an article about him the other day, and I thought, oh,
Yeah.
he's skinny now.
Yeah, he looks good. He did well with his transformation. And he's talked about like really trying to become healthier for a while, but he only really took it seriously for the
He
time
was a
that he
big
got
lad,
skinny.
wasn't he?
He was. Do you know who else looks quite good now? I don't know if he intended to get skinny or if it just kind of happened, but Zach Galifianakis, he had quite a good transformation over the last couple of years.
Just
Hangover
just-
films.
Yeah,
just
in the
looking at
Hangover
a-
films, he
a
was quite
current-
large. Those are
current
good films,
picture
though.
of Jonah Hill, and you know who he
Mm.
reminds me of?
Who?
The dude from Oh, Now You See Me. What's he called? He plays Lex Luthor. Looks like a handsome.
Oh,
version
Oh,
of.
yeah, I know who you
Je-
mean.
Is it Jesse Eisen?
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse
yeah,
Eisenberg, yeah.
He looks like a grown-up, mature Jesse Eisenberg.
He does, doesn't he? He looks
Just
like
looking
Jesse
this much,
Eisenberg
isn't
if
he?
he would ever hit puberty.
He's
He
a
looks
great
good,
actor.
but the problem is with that is you're known for being big and fitting in
Yeah.
the roles of a big person. So what movies, like what kind of person is he going to play in movies now?
Well, I just hope, like, because you remember War Dogs, he played like the laughable, fat
Mhm.
dictator, like gun laundering dude.
Mm.
I reckon he could. I reckon he could slot himself into a lot more serious films now.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was a Netflix show a while ago. I want to know exactly when it came out before I start talking about it. It came out 2018. He was in it. It's called Maniac. It was a limited series on Netflix with him and Emma Stone.
Oh,
It
I've
was
seen it.
like it was so good. The
seen
amount
it,
of
yeah.
mind-bending concepts in it were so cool, and he was
can't-
such a
I can't think
serious
about-
role.
Was it about like what was it, like we had memories or something like that?
Yeah, they were doing like a drug trial in America in the 1980s, and it was like tapping into their subconscious memories and like linking them all together, like Inception style. But it was very dark and serious and kind of went into a lot of sort of not cliched, what's the word I'm looking for? More taboo topics than TV would allow. So it was a
Mhm.
very out there series at the time. And Jonah Hill going from like 21 and 22 Jump Street being the fat funny guy to being the main character of a very serious dark show was a really cool contrast to see in his like character development as a person, his like personal development. It was so cool.
Hmm.
I wish that show was still on Netflix. I would watch it all the time.
Jordan,
Oh, what?
explain your little message.
Oh, so I just realised that my phone is obviously broken, and sometimes it likes to disconnect from Wi-Fi, and it's just connected. I sent that message before the podcast started.
Oh,
But I'm just saying I'm at 139 Twitch followers, and my
Hey.
goal for the end of 2021 is to get to the big 1,000.
Hey, I
big thing.
think that's a good goal.
Top
Sure.
5 films.
Mm,
Space Jam.
great one.
Do you know that Michael
Um,
Jordan actually became a pro basketballer and won multiple leagues just so he could star in that film? I bet he didn't.
The new one's out this year with LeBron James. Space Jam 2. A bit confused.
It was a joke, Joe. He was already a famous basketballer.
I know that. I
The
know
joke is
that. That's
he
why
became a
I'm a
famous
bit confused
basketballer
why everyone's
for the
laughing.
movie.
Because the thing that
I
made
know
it, the
that.
thing that made it funny for me is because it's such a dry joke because you know everything there is to know about basketball. It's your one of your favorite films. I already know it, and it was just funny the way he delivered it. Just like, did you know? Like the worst.
It was
did
just
you-
great that Rourke
So
started
obviously
laughing.
not true.
Rourke started laughing because he knew it was a joke, and then Joe went, "Space Jam 2's coming out soon." And it was just like the joke just go.
It was very much under my head as opposed to over it. I'm going to throw some wild ones out there, which I think quite a few of you agree on. Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Never actually seen that.
Oh, right.
American Pie.
Ooh,
Yeah.
good one.
Love the American Pies.
iRobot.
Brilliant film.
Doesn't surprise me that that's in your list.
Oh, yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Which one?
Never seen him.
The first few, like, they started getting a bit silly.
Never seen him.
Brilliant
I've-
films.
Like the first one's like with Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I think.
I think
I
Dead
know-
Man's
I-
Chest is my
The
favorite.
thing is, I really like pirate themed stuff, and I think it just got to. It was the same with the Fast films. There was already so many Fast and Furious films out that I just thought, just can't be arsed starting them now because there's too many.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm surprised, Joe, you didn't say Fast and Furious or
That's in there.
any Adam Sandler film.
Happy,
Happy
Gilmore.
I'm
That's
not
a
gonna
good
lie.
Adam
Adam Sandler,
Longest Yard.
Well,
Longest
but it's good.
Yard.
longest.
I tell you
Yard
what,
is
I watched Waterboy recently because obviously I've been following the American football for a year now, and
good.
when I went and watched Waterboy, I finally understood it, and it was great.
Mm.
I don't think I would, and The Longest Yard. I don't think I would have
Hey.
Oi, oi.
Don't think I would have
That's one.
liked it
What
if I
about
didn't know what was
Equals
going on with.
Water at the back. At the back it says, "Keep it clean, keep it cold."
What's
I do
the
think-
the one that he's just brought out on Netflix, the Halloween one? That was great.
Hobby Halloween.
Yeah, like that. Did like that.
I was
What do you think of Click?
It's all right, Phil.
I like Click more for what's his face, the dude who makes the remote.
That's it.
No.
What is Click?
What's he got? Click's where he's got the remote. That
He's
can
got
stop
the
time.
remote, and he can
Like a universe
pause
remote.
and stuff.
Oh, like pause real life in that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'll just put it in slow motion.
Shit.
What's the bloody geezer called? Who makes
The old
remote?
guy.
Yeah, he's Oh my gosh, I've just spaced his name completely.
What else has he been in?
Probably the acid you had
Um,
before.
Do you remember the film? Is it where there's like 11 assassins and he's writing a book? Did you ever see that film?
No. I mean,
No,
I
I
might
know
have,
what-
but
I
the
know
way
what
you
you
just
mean, I
described
know
that
what you
is
mean.
just not good.
I know what you
Is
mean.
it like
There's 11 assassins and he's just writing a book.
Sounds like quite a boring
No,
film,
it's,
if you ask me.
13 assassins? That's it. 13 No, it's a Japanese film. It's not that one at all. What's it called?
You know that film with 11 assassins and he's writing a book?
Why don't
Yeah,
you
the
just
film
put
13 Assassins. I know that.
Put in Click, find out the actor, and then you know his name.
Yeah, and then I'll
I'll tell
find
you what,
out.
as well, Jackie Chan films always been great.
Ooh, Jackie Chan's great.
Karate Kid.
Rush Hour.
I was just
Karate
about to
Kid.
say Cobra Kai.
Christopher
I've been-
Walken. That's who's in.
Wow.
Christopher Walken.
Boss man.
You're really going to connect Christopher
Why
Walken
did you?
to
Why
fucking
did you do
Kai?
that? Ow! Is that an impression?
I'm going to
Is
tell
that
you
a
the film that he was
Christopher
in.
Walken impression.
I love Christopher Walken. He's great.
Seven Psychopaths. That's the name of the film I was thinking of. Seven Psychopaths.
So nothing
Really
to do with
ill.
assassins.
Nothing to do with
Close enough.
11 assassins or a
Close
book.
enough.
It was
Not
a film...
13. Not assassins.
No, it was a film with a
Seven
number
psychos.
and a profession. I mean, psychopath isn't a profession, but in this it kind of is,
7 dentists.
which is good. It's got a lot of good. It's got Colin Farrell in it.
Porno, it's just Johnny Sins 7 times.
Very surprised. Nobody said something like Step Brothers.
The thing is,
Oh, Will
there's a lot of good films out there.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah.
so
See,
many good films.
When I
Indiana
think of
Jones,
films that... Oh, Indiana Jones is good.
Halloween, fucking
Yeah.
Teen Wolf, Hannibal.
I think when I think
of
of
the
like
Marvel
films to
films?
put in my top 5, I tend to not think about films I just enjoy, but I think about films I enjoy enough that would also be considered like classics. Like Shawshank Redemption is a classic film. Like, what's the name of the film I'm thinking of? I want to say Casanova, but it's not Casanova.
Smokey and the
Casablanca.
Bandit.
Casablanca. Casablanca is a classic
okay.
film.
Godfather.
But I don't enjoy it. Godfather, exactly. But like Step Brothers, I wouldn't think. I think it's just going to be a good comedic film. I don't think it'll ever reach the status of like Casablanca, The Godfather, Shawshank. It'll never be deemed as a classic to me. At
Weird
least.
Science is pretty good as well. Austin Powers films.
Austin Powers films are good. They are really good.
Titanic.
I've never seen the third Austin Powers film. The
Goldmember.
first two. Yeah.
Oh, it's a good film, Goldmember. Got Beyonce. in it.
Titanic was a good film.
What was
I,
it? Titanic?
I only watched
Mm,
Titanic late last year. First time
Oh,
ever.
nice.
Really?
Yeah, never seen it
Mad.
prior.
The
To
first time I
Leo.
watched Titanic, I was like
Leo.
13 or something.
Good film. Good film.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's a thing is there's so many films out there, so many, and there is a lot of good movies.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of films that you'll watch and think this is good, but then you won't watch it again. Like
Yeah.
majority of Netflix original films.
Mm.
Like there's some good ones there. Like the what was it? Was it
Bird
Chris,
Box.
Chris Hemsworth? Was it him who did one?
Oh,
talking
about,
Extraction.
Extraction, yeah.
Like that was
Yeah.
all right. It wasn't amazing. It was all right, but that was
Mhm.
one of them films where you watch it once, think, oh yeah, it's all right, but you will never watch it again.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Expendables.
However,
Mm.
if they brought out a sequel, I wouldn't pause on watching it. I would probably end up watching it relatively close to when it came out because I did really
Yeah.
like
Extraction was good.
Extraction. Yeah.
I think Tropic Thunder is a film like that. It's an amazing film. So good. Very funny. But
Robert
I
Downey
wouldn't.
Jr. is great in that film.
Yeah, he is. Ben Stiller. That's one of the few films I think Ben
Wedding
Stiller's actually
Crashers.
good in.
Wedding
Wedding
Crashers.
Crashers.
Ever seen Wedding Crashers?
Really?
Yeah.
That is I would say
Yeah.
that is one of the greatest comedies. It's
Owen
up there
Wilson
with
and
some of the good
Vince
Vince Vaughn.
Vaughn. Yeah, they're a
Ah.
good pair. Them two. They are a good pair.
Wow.
I always get Owen Wilson and Vince
Where's mommy?
Vaughn mixed
McGregor
up.
Hooters.
Getting mixed up.
Yeah, like I used to, whenever I saw Owen Wilson's face, I used to think it was Vince Vaughn, and I never knew Vince Vaughn's actual face.
What's the Google one?
The Google.
One where
Oh,
they're
the
in the
internship.
interns.
Oh
Interns,
yeah, that's a good film.
That's a good film
yeah.
when they're interns for Google. That's pretty decent.
I like it when you see the same people in different films. Like
Yeah.
Adam Sandler, he's done a few like Jennifer Aniston and things like that.
Mhm.
Like, he always
Oh.
has these like the Madison Productions, whatever. He always has like the
Yeah.
similar same 4 or 5 guys just featuring all
Yeah.
the films, and it's just
It's
great.
like the guys from Grown Ups are
Yeah.
sort of regulars, like Rob Schneider. Who's the blonde guy? Who's the blonde guy?
It's just
I don't know.
Joe
I can't
then.
think of his
You
name.
just explained what Joe just said, basically.
No,
Joe
I
said
know, but I'm thinking of like who the
production,
people
said
are.
Grown Ups. Grown Ups is a Madison production film.
Yeah, but it's
So all
always
the
those particular people.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
that's
like
what
all
Joe
names
just
in
said.
that
all of them.
film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Joe just said. Oh, classic.
Grown Ups are good films as well.
Grown
What
Ups
is
a good film.
What is the name of
Um,
the wee blonde guy from Grown Up?
I just thought of though then when we were
Can't
talking
think.
about the internship, Silicon Valley is a good TV show if you've ever seen that.
I've
I'm
not
not
seen
sure.
it.
It's about nerds creating websites, but it's very comedic.
Mhm. I like nerds creating websites.
All done it at one point.
Yep. I remember doing it in school as like a little assignment, and we had to
Oh, you
make
did it in school as an
the
assignment.
worst fucking website. Yeah, we had to use HTML to make a website.
For
and it was
reference,
just-
Joe's on about shagging.
What class was that?
Woodwork.
Yes. I got moving mad, you know.
Fucking
Shit.
hell.
I'm not a spitter, so I did swallow.
Learned that in woodwork.
Always good to hear.
We were out here making fucking keychains and Rock was pounding.
You really have to use the word pounding.
Yeah.
Rock invented the 3D printer. 3D printing his arse cheek on some bird.
What the fuck?
Give it a
This is all
powerful
staying in.
pounding.
This is all got to stay in.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
Oh.
Danny.
Think you'll find that's Terry.
And Joe's gone.
Can't be accompanied to this.
Oh, man.
Oh dear Lord. What do we think of obviously with the whole lockdown period being extended? What do we think of films staying online rather than reopening cinemas? Are we
I
for or
agree with
against
it.
that?
Both. I want them to do, but I want to the option to go to a cinema because there's certain film like when you watch things streaming wise, it's all it's not never true like 4K. It's all compressed. You don't get the
Mm.
quality that you're doing it. You don't get the quality or the experience of the surround sound that you get in a cinema.
I didn't just hit the wrong key. Sorry, don't worry about it.
You'll never get that unless you buy
Yeah.
like a proper setup and you buy a 4K DVD. I've got a few 4K DVDs for the films that I like.
What the
amazing
fuck are you
to
doing?
watch.
Just
Oh,
put-
no,
just-
no.
I'm in the backyard, mate.
Just-
Coming at you live from the backyard.
oh shit!
No, no
Watch
sign
out,
of Terry.
Terry's
just yet.
behind you.
Terry is here somewhere. I've heard it. I've had reports.
What the fuck?
We've just spent 5 minutes waiting for you to tee up that joke. We're already past the Terry now. We're on to a completely different topic,
Hey,
and you've been trying to get that
I've
up.
got to get from the podcast room to my backyard. It's not a 2-second job, mate. You didn't even see me run down the stairs. You
Didn't even see you
me
leave the
run down
chair?
stairs.
Took your whole setup with you.
Right, put it back and let's continue with this fucking question.
I don't even know what I was up to. I'll be honest.
We'll just start it again. You were talking about compressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've
what?
got a few 4K Blu-ray DVDs to the fact that it's
Mhm.
actually like visual experience as well. But Netflix and things, it's never true 4K. It's all compressed.
Yeah.
And I feel like you don't get the experience like you get in a cinema with the rumbling sound. You feel the sound, and I do like to go to the cinema for certain films. But there's other films where I'll just stream that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think
I'm agreeing for both. I think it should stay open, but you should be able to also stream them from home.
Yeah, I do think that adding the option to stream it is going to make companies a lot of money, and it will allow sort of like, I don't know if this is a universal thing, but the closest Odeon to me is very empty a lot of the time, and there's been a lot of rumors going around that that particular branch of the Odeon is going to go bankrupt and disappear, and we're not going to have a cinema anywhere. So I think adding a streaming service to already existing cinema companies is something that they should definitely look into, because everyone is at home and everyone wants to watch movies. And for the people that can't go to the cinema, or like my mom loves watching movies, but she can't sit in a movie theater because she gets motion sickness.
Right.
I don't know how, but she does. So adding a streaming service to that, or giving Netflix the rights to stream certain movies, would give people who can't go to cinemas an experience with movies. Like also, if cinemas can't accommodate people with certain disabilities, like Tourette's or something, that like certain disabilities that cause them to make a lot of noise, some people wouldn't feel comfortable being in a movie theater with those people. So that would give everyone an option to, like, those people can stay home, or like have house parties where you just watch movies with your friends and you don't have to go to the cinema. So I think both is a good idea.
I think one of the main things for me is that the price of a cinema ticket these days is actually quite low. It's like £5 in most cinemas.
Yeah.
So they are heavily reliant on food, but you're still going to the cinema as a solo person, or even as a duo. You're going and spending maybe £20 on average. If you were to put the price of a new film to be streamed at £20, I think a lot of people would pay it, because they don't have to leave the home. So £20 to me for a brand new film is worth it.
See, I think even if they did like what Netflix does with different levels of subscription. So like, obviously Netflix have the standard definition for $4.99 a month, and you can stream up to a certain resolution. And then they have the $8.99 where you can stream up to 1080p, and then they have the $11.99 where you can stream 4K. I think that's a good tiered system, because not everyone can accommodate 4K with their TV, so they'll opt for the $8.99
each month either.
Yeah, so
I mean, you get what, three good films on average every year. If you're in a normal year, aside from COVID or the virus, it would be 3 half decent films each month.
It's like the Odeon Unlimited. About how much is that? £25 or something a month?
Yeah,
yeah, I think so.
So it'd be probably
same with Cineworld.
Yeah, I think what I think would be a game changer is if Netflix released some of their films in cinemas, not just straight on Netflix.
Yeah,
like, some of their, like, because they've got some unbelievable films, and even shows, like if they released them in cinema, I feel like it'd be incredible. I'd love to go see some of the Netflix originals in a cinema.
Yeah. Seeing like
incredible.
some Netflix original films on the massive projected screen with the booming sound, I think it would just change the game completely.
Yeah, I think so. That could save cinemas.
Yeah, I was just going to say that
could
would definitely
save cinemas.
Yeah, because then people will go to cinemas to watch Netflix stuff to get a better experience
Netflix,
for it.
If you're watching, open up some cinemas and you'd make a fucking fortune.
Or partner up with some already existing cinemas. There you go.
If you would like to sponsor our next podcast, that'd be great.
Well, the thing is, they could do like an extended experience as well. Like, take over cinemas, use some of the revenue that you've got from Netflix, give us less shittier seating inside the cinema, and just upgrade the concessionary stand and everything, and just make it a little more VIP. You know, when you pay to go on like the balcony, it's like £20. You want to go watch a film, it's £20. You get unlimited food, unlimited drinks, and you get to sit on the balcony. Do something like that. Like, yeah, sure, maybe up the price of tickets a little bit, but just make it a bit more premium.
Yeah. I do think cinemas could do with a price rehash. like in my opinion, I would rather buy a cinema ticket because I can like wait for a DVD to come out or wait for streaming services to have the movie for a lot cheaper than going to the cinema, obviously with
Yeah.
food in that. So like Jamie was saying, you'll spend about 20 quid on average. So I can wait until I can watch the film for like 12 quid. But for a cinema experience, I think I would feel more comfortable paying maybe between 12 and 15 pound for the ticket. And then all the food is slightly cheaper. So instead of paying like £4 for a hot dog, make it like £1.20. Give the food real like generic prices, but just bump the ticket prices up. Because people are going to buy the ticket regardless, but everyone can opt to not buy food.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Here's something I don't get.
Mm.
Who's eating hot dogs in cinemas?
I've had a
I
few.
like a hot
Fucking
dog.
Molly. Molly will get a hot dog and nachos over popcorn.
Oh,
I
a
don't
hot dog and
understand
nachos is just better than popcorn, though.
No, firstly,
Maybe
I
not
disagree.
nachos, but
Secondly, I don't agree with eating hot dogs when you're going to watch a film. Why do you need to eat an hot
No,
dog?
it's got to be popcorn. Popcorn is a cinema food.
But also,
It
when you go
is,
into the
but,
cinema,
like-
do you not go for food before it?
nah. I
Depends how
usually,
much of a rush you're in.
yeah.
Sometimes.
Why?
I
you wanna
only get
watch
a
a
hot dog
film?
if I'm hungry. Because you might be at a certain time you're going with people, so you can't just be like, and you've got shit to do. You're like, fuck, I'm not eating. I'm going to go there. When I get there, I'm going to get a fucking. Can you get the little trio, can't you? You get a
Yeah.
hot dog, nachos, and popcorn. Get all of them.
Love
Fatty.
it. And a large
What
drink.
you do is you hit up the all-you-can-eats,
I know.
and then you scoot on over to the
My
cinema.
guy knows. He
Yeah,
knows
but then
what
you
he's
fall
talking
asleep.
about.
Yeah, because then you're
You
too
don't
full.
fall asleep. That's another.
At a fucking
myth.
all-you-can-eat buffet.
No,
and go watch
see,
a film,
the
I'll
thing
be
with
like-
the thing with eating before you get to the cinema is you've obviously got the time between the place. So you have to go from the restaurant to the cinema, and that'll take like what 5 minutes. So that's 5 minutes for the food to like digest, and then you're sat in the adverts. You've just got your drink, and then the film just starts. The starting credit comes up, like for example, like the Lucasfilms comes up on the start, and then you feel a little rumble in your belly, and you're like, I'm gonna miss the first 20 minutes of this fucking film because you've got to just
Hold on,
go.
hold on.
You've got to leave.
That's
This has
happened to you,
happened
hasn't it?
He's,
That's annoying.
he's speaking from a friend's perspective, quite obviously.
I've never had that.
I've
I've
never,
never had
that.
Never
Also,
had
if it's
I always have
anything
a good shit or
Lucasfilms
two in the
related, I
morning.
would not eat before it or drink.
I have a good
Safely
shit,
say-
sometimes two, every morning, and then that's
Even-
me for the day.
Right, even if I'm not strange enough to schedule my bowel movements before a film,
Mm.
I've still never got up and gone to the toilet during a film, and I've never been uncomfortable. Sure, as soon as the credits roll and you're running from the theater, that's when it hits you. But throughout the entire film, I just don't really notice body functions.
There was one film I,
I
was
definitely
watching that
did
was just
for
dead
Avengers.
boring.
Yeah, giving it this, not noticing.
Unsubscribe from bodily functions. That's what I do.
Oh god.
Just passes out because he doesn't keep himself breathing.
But then you'd shit yourself, wouldn't you? So
Unsubscribe.
it wouldn't be an issue. No
I have
wonder
had to go
they've
for a
been
wee a
toilet.
few times when I've just been
I've
bursting
had a
with
couple
net
of
like.
wees.
Like say we have been for food before, and I've been Nando's, got a few refillables, and I go to the toilet before film, and I'm sitting in there, but because I drank that much, I just fucking need to go again.
Yeah.
It's awkward that though, because you're always waiting for like a quiet part of the film, but you've never
Yeah.
seen it, so you never know what's going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
You're
You'll like
"Ooh, I'll go
you'll
now."
think to yourself, there's a quiet part coming up. You'll get up and go, and you'll get back, and your friends will be like, "Oh, you've just missed the best bit of the film." Like, fuck's sake.
Right, guys, it's been fun. Thank you all so much for watching this episode number 2 of the Stay Still podcast. Hope you
Yeah.
enjoyed it. If you do, leave a like rating, hit the notification bell, subscribe, all the good stuff. You guys know it. You hear it too much already on YouTube.
Check out the
But we appreciate it.
TikTok channel. That'll be linked in the description.
Yep.
As well as the Discord, as well as our Twitch and all of our Twitches collectively.
Mm-hmm.
We all stream on various days, so you can come check us out.
Yeah.
Um,
All of our socials will be linked individually
that.
and Steele's.
GGY.